So this is a story of how me and my girlfriend moved literally from New Jersey to Florida, which is a 20-hour drive at the age of 20 years old to grow and start our company. First off, I just want to say that this was like an insane amount of luck and just like, I don't know, a lot of things aligning to this point in time to allow me to be where I am financially and physically, and just like overall with my journey of entrepreneurship. And to start it off, I mean, how did I even end up in Florida in the first place? Basically, I had got a call. Mind you, it's like 10 o'clock at night. He's like, yo, Jordan, do you want to go to this entrepreneurial event? It's free. And it starts at 5 in the morning. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm down. You know, I'm always the type of person to just be like, let's see what we can do and try to make something happen. Because like at the time, I just knew that I had this company that I was starting up, that I was trying to grow. It was the first month that we had ever made like a decent amount of money, right? From that company in particular, because I have started companies prior. And so when I get that call, I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm always the person to go see how it turns up. You never know who the hell you're gonna meet, literally. And 5 in the morning, I just remember being in this coffee spot with Jeremiah, and we're sitting there, we're seeing all these people meet up, and someone takes the microphone and goes, hey everybody, I want you to look to your left and to your right, and I want you guys to talk and like be friends, essentially, to like have some sort of crew throughout the course of the event, right? And so when I'm there, I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'm obviously with Jeremiah. We look to our right, we look to our left. We see these two guys, super down to earth. We get to talking. We're just like chopping it up, young guys at this event at 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, whatever the case was. And we were just, we were just there. We were like, you know what, fuck it. Let's have a good time. Let's talk about entrepreneurship. And so I go to this event, and mind you, David Goggins is going to be there. Kevin O'Leary is going to be there. Either way, I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's go. Let's do this. Obviously, it's 5 in the morning. A lot of people won't get up for that, but I did. I was able to get there, go. We had a good time. And then that night, as I'm talking to these two kids, like, we're just chopping it up. They're a little bit older than me. And they're both from Utah, primarily. And then one is living in Florida right now. And so we are all chopping it up. And one of the guys is just like, he's like, bro, like I need a sales rep and I need a media guy for a podcast that we're going to film whenever, right? And I was like, I am your media guy. And then Jeremiah is his sales guy. So we meet that day. Was I think like a Wednesday or a Thursday, and that Friday we end up shooting the podcast. Mind you, one of the kids is worth well over $23 million, and he's like 23 years old. And the other guy, I don't really know necessarily his net worth. He never disclosed it publicly, but like it was just like crazy as hell. The two entrepreneurs that are like, better than me, obviously older than me, have been in the game for longer than me, and have overall just had this kind of experience. And I was just like, fuck it, like let me be of value as much as I can. They're only in Jersey for a little bit. So they came down, we fucking shot the podcast inside of my garage at home, which was a movie theater. And it was just like, fuck it, you know what, let's see where this goes. And then from that point on, then he was in Tampa, Florida. He shoots me a call and he's like, bro, like, why don't you come down? Why don't you and Jeremiah come down to Tampa just to see it, right? And I was like, you know what, like, fuck it, why not? Like, what's the most harm that can come from it? He was like, bro, just stay at my place. And I was like, all right, screw it. And me and Jeremiah were like, let's just go. Like, there's an opportunity. You want to seize it. You want to make sure that, you can make something happen from that. And so that was the first thing that I did. I was like, let's just go to Florida, see what the hell happens. And when we got there, it was just me, entrepreneur after entrepreneur after entrepreneur. And it was this really fucking cool experience of just being in this environment where you were around people that you wanted to be like or with, right? And it was really eye-opening from that stance, because now you're just like, okay, cool, like this is the type of environment that you want to put yourself into so that you can succeed, right? And that was the first thing that dawned on me when I was down here. And I was just like, I was so taken back by how much there was out there for me so that I can grow. And and yeah, like me picking up that call at 5 in the morning, I mean me picking up the call that night to go to an event at 5 in the morning led to me coming down to Tampa to visit a friend. But then I ended up talking to a bunch of different entrepreneurs and just like seeing the ecosystem and the environment. And I was like, why the fuck not? Back in Jersey, I was just, I don't know, I was more or less not necessarily growing as much as I wanted to. I wasn't in a position to have my own place, to have my own kind of um, build my own character, be the person that I wanted to be, and just like have much more time to myself. Like that was like the biggest thing that I kind of took away from being in Jersey and being in my own home. I didn't have space to grow, and it's like you can grow a lot, guaranteed. Like there's nothing really holding you back from where you are, except for your own mental limitations. But once I knew and saw that experience, I was like, yeah, there's so much more for me to do and to grow, well, to learn, so that I can grow on my own and have an experience where I can really like just like fully envelop myself in that sense. You know what I mean? And that was kind of me coming down and being like, like this spot, Florida, is like an amazing spot. Like the situation and the problem with Jersey was that it felt almost like there wasn't space to grow. Like for me personally, like I was living with my parents. I was being reliant on other people to grow. And like I have this very fundamental philosophy now where it's like you're either growing or you're like, not to say failing, but going down. There is no middle ground in terms of your own growth. Like you are either growing or you're not. Like that is point blank. And so I think a lot of it was me understanding that like I just want to grow. Like there's at the point in time, like I had made a few thousand from the company, and I was like, I was really just, do I make this decision to take this leap and fly back and forth between Jersey and Florida, so that I can go and actually like make a life for myself somewhere else. But the biggest thing was like understanding that Jersey, it felt as though I didn't have the space to grow. I didn't have the things that I knew I would have wanted to grow. And the biggest one of it all was my environment. Like your environment plays such a big role into who you are and who you become. And me taking myself out of the environment where if you put yourself inside of one of the hardest situations possible and you come out of that, wouldn't you become better for putting yourself through that hardship? It's like choosing your battles at the end of the day. It's literally putting yourself in a position where you're going to struggle more so that you can succeed by the end of it. And like knowing that you can do it yourself as opposed to having the fucking world do it to you, then it's like, yeah, do the thing. Do the thing that's gonna put you in a situation where like you can put yourself in that situation to grow. Like that's all it is. I was like, Jersey is not allowing me to grow as much as I want to because of my environment. And so if I can take myself out of my own environment, not move within the same state, because I just I wanted to be away from everyone. And like, I know that sounds wrong. I know that sounds kind of toxic, but like, like having people around you to support you and help you, great thing to have. But I don't want that right now. I want to be able to support myself. I want to be able to be there for myself and not have a crutch to rely on. And it's more of like a burn the boats mentality where I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. Worst comes to worst, like I could fly back to Jersey, go back home. Like at the end of the day, it is what it is. Like who gives a fuck? I'm 20 years old, right? I'm 21 years old now, and so like it was just like fuck it. It's a no-brainer. We're young. If we make the risk and we actually succeed, then there's so much more for us. But the thing that really like dawned on me when I was down here, the thing that like really was like, okay, Jordan, like we have to think about this situation was I literally legitimately got lost. Let me explain. We went on a run and I hadn't ran in a fairly long time and I was a bit out of shape. So it was me, Jeremiah, and our friend that was, and we were all going on a run. And as we're running, we keep running. It's probably like after a mile, then I got extremely tired. I kept running, but my pace got fucking way slower than theirs. And as I'm running, I lose sight of them, and then it's just like, okay, shit, where the fuck do I go now? They went back home, and literally for like an hour or two, I'm just running. Like I'm legitimately just running and I'm just jogging. I'm like, I am, no matter what right now, I'm not gonna stop. And then after like 45 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm fucking lost. Like I'm lost. Let's figure this shit out. And I'm sitting there next to JBL, which is next to Armature Works, in Tampa, and I'm overlooking the water. And I'm just sitting there, and there's a little wooden bridge going into Armature Works. And I just sat there and I was just looking at the water and I was just asking God, like, what he's trying to tell me. What are you trying to tell me right now? Like, after like everything that's kind of been going on, what exactly is it that, you're kind of trying to tell me? And after sitting there and just thinking about it, seeing like kind of flashbacks of like being with these entrepreneurs, how hard they were working, the times they were getting up, the things that they were getting done and accomplished in order to produce at that level, is just like this, it was almost like this taste in my mouth of what I can become, like what I know I can achieve because of the people that I had witnessed doing the things in front of me. And that shit really woke me up because I was like, I don't know, like this moment, the things that are coming through my head, the person that I feel like I can become. And it all came down to the decision of whether or not I want to do it here. And it also came down to like feeling like God was telling me that I need to be here to do that. Like I need to move and make a decision. And from doing that, like, I was like, fuck it, let's just make the move. Yeah, like I was on track to, get my data science degree and just work for somebody else, and I just didn't want to do that. Like I didn't want to go through that experience of having to do that. And don't get me wrong, like I would have had a blast, I would have had a good time, like I would have met a bunch of employees and coworkers that I would have loved to work with. And just like naturally collaborating with people that actually have an education in the fields that I like would have been awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, I love academia. Like, I know it sounds like a nerd. Literally any of the physics or mathematics, like whatever the case may be, like I genuinely enjoy it. I was working as a STEM research student, but I was also I was researching on multiple projects, but I was also managing multiple projects as well. So like I enjoyed it so much, and like fully just learning about STEM was really fun for me. But like it felt more like a hobby. Like I loved learning about it, but it felt like a hobby. And it felt like I was making it my entire focus, but for something that was, at the end of the day, wasn't going to be good economically for me, especially going to college, getting a data science degree, and then having to pay all of that debt off. It's just something that, like, right now, it doesn't make that much sense for me. Sure, this was the path that I can go for. And if I'm going to risk it all and bet big, like, I'm just going to bet big and see what happens. Honestly, the people closest to me, like, weren't necessarily for it, but like they all supported me. Like the support that I got from my family and my friends was honestly like really good. Like it was like way better than I could have asked for. I didn't get much hate, like honestly. And honestly, a lot of people don't even know. Like most of the people that I was like, some of my coworkers don't still know, or my old coworkers, if you will. Some of the people that I was in school with or whatever, honestly, it probably to them looks like I just jumped, like I just fell off the face of the planet and was like just gone. I was just out. But you know, like it's cool because like I get to talk to my family and my friends and just like still have a relationship with them. Like I still communicate with the ones that are really closest to me. And so it's just, I don't know, it just, from my standpoint of my support, like it was great. And before Tampa, like I was studying to become a computer scientist. I had just finished my associate's degree, and I was taking a gap semester because we had signed a few clients that summer. And I was like, I was getting ready to go to NJIT and just go for data science. But in doing so, signing a few clients, and then I had this decision to make of whether I wanted to continue going down this path of computer science, which was literally going to lead me to making money so that I can start a company. That was it. Like I've been an entrepreneur my entire life. So like me going and working for someone else was only going to be so that I could start my own company. And like looking back at that, it was the dumbest thing that I could have thought about. Like, yeah, cool, you want to save some money so that you can then start a company and then do something smart, really risk free, cool. I am 20 years old. Like no one cares about risk. And like at the end of the day, like for me, it was just a sense of like, what the fuck am I trying to learn? What am I trying to do for the rest of my life? And if I'm not doing that thing, 4 years is a lot of fucking time. Or even 2 years. At the time I had my associates, it was going to be 2 years and I would have been done. In those 2 years of time, I graduated, what? I think I graduated a year ago now. It's been a year and I've already made more than 5 figures in this business alone. By the end of the trip, his roommates were moving out and there was an opportunity for me and Jeremiah to move into his house because it was a 3-bed, 3-bath, you know, everyone kind of gets their own place, their own room. And I'm just kind of thinking about it. I was over here, you know, I was there thinking about whether or not I was going to move down or not. And it seems somewhat impulsive looking back at it, but like the first thing I remember was texting or calling Angela and being like, I think we need to move down. And like, I think we should move down. And honestly, at that point, the only thing holding me back was what her answer was going to be and money. And I call up Angela and like I tell her and she was just like, let's do it. She was like, fuck it, let's go. Like she was like so down to earth about us wanting to go and be entrepreneurs and make this dream actually happen that like I couldn't believe the belief that she had in me. And because it felt like no one ever really believes in people that much anymore, like, or at least for me, like it was the first time that someone like fully believed in me. That wasn't my family, of course, right? But like actually devoted their actions to me, because a lot of it was reliant on me and a lot of it was like, you know, whether or not we were going to succeed in this space was dependent on this decision. Um, and so I was just like, I was taken back by it. And at the time we had landed a few clients in Jersey, and I was like, shit, like most of my business is in Jersey. Like I'm prioritizing and focusing on Jersey. And then I come down to Tampa. As I'm meeting these entrepreneurs, all of them are mad cool. Like all of them are down to earth. All of them taught me so much. I ended up doing a day in the life for for about like maybe 5 to 6 different entrepreneurs that were all running businesses that were way bigger than mine. And in doing so, I learned so fucking much. Like I just learned so much about business, but more like about how to be a fucking founder. Like that was almost like my fucking school. Like legitimately, like me going and speaking with founders of different companies was like a complete 180 from what I was used to, and I loved it. Like I was able to talk with some of the like they were millionaires, like literally all millionaires, and talking to them about how they founded and grew their company, but also how they're maintaining and growing their company now and maintaining themselves as human beings, because they are human beings. Just like me, like everybody in the entrepreneur space is a human being, and it's like, how do they succeed as opposed to others? Like how are they capitalizing on these things? And being with them in person and seeing what they were doing every single day, day in and day out, to get to where they wanted to go it was just so like eye-opening, because everything that you need to do to get to where you want to go is exactly what you should do, what you have to do. And literally when I was, when I was kind of breaking down the situation to Angela, I was like, all right, when I get back to Jersey, like we'll talk about it. But I think that this is something that we should do. Like this is something that I really want to do. Thing that like really pushed me to make the decision forward, honestly, I have this quote that I always say, and it's just like, it sounds so blunt, but like we're all gonna die on our own. Like everybody dies alone. And it's like this, it's just such a true statement. Like when I was 18 years old, when I first turned 18 years old, since I was in the 3rd grade, the only thing I ever wanted to do as a kid was go skydiving. Only thing I ever wanted to do was go skydiving. And I was like, once I turn 18, like I'm gonna fucking go skydiving. And then I went fucking skydiving when I turned 18. And the reason why is because what the fuck is holding you back from doing the thing that you want to do your entire life? Like genuinely speaking, 90% of the time it's just fear. 90% of the time we're afraid to do the thing that is going to set us apart from everyone else. And like why? Like why are you allowing anyone to dictate, even yourself, allowing yourself to dictate the things that you want to do? Like if you have a bucket list that you want to do before you die, do it. Like why wouldn't you just do it? Like watch this, there's this anime called Zom 100 and there's this scene, there's just this amazing scene where everything in his life is gray, and he's like, I don't have to work anymore. And once he realizes he doesn't have to go to work tomorrow, like mind you, there's a zombie apocalypse happening, everything turns gray in his field of view. He's like, there's a zombie in front of me. He just starts running and he's like, fuck, I have to get to work. And then he's like, wait. And it's just like this complete blissful moment of like life. And like I have this terminology of like dead men walking, where like people are not living to their fullest extent. People are not living the life that they want to live. And it's like, why? Like there's literally nothing stopping you. If you want to go skydiving, go fucking skydive. I don't even know, like there's so many things that you may want to do that you aren't doing because of fear of something else. And like I know you hear that probably so much, but it's just like, just do it. Like literally just do it. Like don't even think about it, just go, just do the thing that you want. Because at the end of the day, like you can deal with the repercussions. And obviously don't be stupid and do like a bunch of dumb shit. But like for me, for my situation, I know that doing things because I wanted to do them, not because of anybody else, but literally just the fact that I wanted to do it. And being as selfish as that might sound, like it's not. It's just like me doing the things that I want to fucking do because I want to do it, and I'm gonna die one day in my own grave, and like, who gives a shit? Like at the end of the day, like we're a tiny little speck on this planet, let alone the universe and how big it is. If you know how big it is, like go search it up. It's like it won't matter at the end of the day. And even this, it's just like it's me talking to a camera right now. But it's talking to you, talking about my story, and just like talking about the situation that I think for me was such a blessing to be able to make a decision like this and just go and take this leap of faith on my business and with my best friend and my girlfriend, and just like say fuck it, like let's move down to Florida and see what the hell we can make of it. Who knows, like hopefully our life becomes better because of it. And it has, like it already has. And I was extremely grateful to this one of the founders that like we signed on. His name was Pat. One of the founders that we signed on, really good friends with him. And like it was such a like a memorable experience for me to provide someone with value, but more or less to like know that it was possible. Like that was all, like literally all I needed. And I signed a client, I signed him, and like we ended up getting their page close to, like at this point, I think I don't know, it's anywhere from, I think we got them like 2.5 million views over the course of like a few months on their socials, and like doubled their amount of following. And yeah, I can't believe like how far we've come from all of it. Like, yeah, it just feels like Jersey was so long ago. And I feel like I'm in this really weird spot where I don't make enough money to live the life that I know I want, but I'm nowhere near on the same level as like other people, where like I find myself not even being able to conversate with people because it's just like my mind is somewhere else. And it's like somewhere else most of the time because I'm just trying to grow the company and make sure that everything can go the right way, and I don't know, I think it's really difficult to be in a season like that, especially when you're in a relationship. There are times where like the hardest time throughout the relationship, I'd say, is when we were in this period of time where we had to make a shit ton of money. And we just had to make money to make rent. And I whip up an ad strategy, literally print, and I'm in this ultra kind of work mode where I'm not there, like physically, like mentally not there. And it's really difficult for me because it's like all I want to do is get us to a place where we don't have to worry about money. Like literally, like that is like on my mind 24/7. It's like I don't want to have to fucking worry about having to pay rent. Like I want to worry about what's the next investment property, and like what's the next asset that we're going to acquire based off of what we do, and that's what I want to worry about. And that's the main focus. And it's just like a lot of the time you find yourself in any relationship having to find a middle ground for things, and like to be healthy in that way. And honestly, like I don't even think I have to be that way. Like I don't even have to change the way that I am. And it's because of the way that she is. And like she is amazing in allowing me to do what I want to do. And like growing this company for us and like doing this shit together has like been, I think, a dream for us to do this shit together and to grow it and like be a part of this together, And yeah, it just means so much to me that we can get to this point that we are now, but like where we're going and how much shit is to come is just like amazing. And yeah, I can't call it obviously, but you know, the trajectory that we're on is great. And I think a lot of the time with the situation, like for our relationship, it's like hard to make a decision like that. Like fuck age, fuck all that. Like that shit doesn't matter. But like it's hard to make a decision that you're gonna move out with your girl and be able to support the house, like the household or whatever, to support us financially and whatever the case may be. And it's like you just have to fucking do it. Like there's no excuses for doing it, and it's really fucking difficult. It's really hard to understand how you're going to be able to get to that point, but you know, I don't think there's any other way. And I think that me pushing myself through it to get to the other side with her through it is the only way that you succeed. Because like anybody can turn tail and run. Anyone can do that. But to put yourself in a hard situation so that you can then grow and you can succeed, like that is, and then succeeding, that's the fucking hardest part. Like that's what life is all about. Like that's literally what life is all about. Like I can't make this shit up. Like you cannot live a life without putting the things that are limiting your beliefs behind you. Because that fear is what drives you to have a mediocre fucking life and not live the way that you want to live. And I think from my standpoint, like, bro, just do what the fuck you want to do, and do it with whom you want to do it with. Not like that, obviously, but do it from a moral standpoint. Like, I'm a Catholic man, and I know for a fact that all I am doing is doing the things that I want to do because I know I'm going into my own grave. But the thing that I want to do is obviously follow Jesus Christ and God, and to support my family. That is literally it. Like from a from a genuine standpoint, it doesn't matter because it coincides with all, like it genuinely molds it all together for me. Like that was my path. Like that is my path. And the months were rough. Like the months that we had in the beginning were so hard. It's just like, oh, we got to meal prep everything. We got to make sure we're on track with this. We got to make sure we're good financially, and just like overall, just like making sure that the ship was tight. Making sure the ship was tight. Everything was tidy so that we can survive. The only thing that was on my mind in the first few months was survive. Like I learned, it's not about being like these other entrepreneurs. It's about being like you. Like what the fuck are your strengths? What is my strength? Like how am I going to become better? Right? Like what do I already have that's an asset? I was like, all right, well, I know CS, I know ads, I know how to market properly. Like these are my assets. These are the things that I'm really fucking good at. I know how to use a camera. I know how to be a videographer. I know how to be a photographer. Like I know these elements that can help me in my business to succeed. And I just knew that I had to become this person that wasn't going to allow fear to drive me, and I was going to allow myself to drive the company. And in the midst of like all the fear. And I think that that's one of the things that speaks about like true leadership, is being able to lead when things are hard and being able to get through hard decisions with a clear head. And yeah, I think that was the thing that definitely changed me throughout this point in time. One, everything was kind of crashing down a little bit, and I just had to make it work. Once we turned on ads, like, that's when everything kind of changed for the business. I had finally used my marketing and my skill sets to grow the business. Like, that was it. It was the simplest thing in the world. It's just like, what the fuck are you good at and why are you avoiding it? Use it. Like, just do it. And once we did, like, flipped the switch, learned a bunch of shit that I had to learn to get back into thinking in that way as the best, like, as a marketer. And that's what changed everything for our business. Like, that's what came up. That's what allowed us to, like, come up from the dirt and, like, just fucking start to scale and, like, do really fucking good. And now we're at this point where we're going to scale even more. But yeah, like, it's using your best skills, your best assets to your own advantage and crafting your own world around it. Like, for me, I think that was the best part about growing, like, was learning what was making me fearful and just saying fuck that fear and just going after it. This is like she means everything to me. Like, from the standpoint of being there for me, believing in me, and helping me to grow, like, the amount that she does for me and for the business, and, like, who she is as a person, how she actually acts, how she leads herself. Like, I don't think that I could ask for a better partner. Honestly, like, there's nobody that I think would ever amount or be anywhere near as good as her for me. And, like, I wouldn't have any of this if it weren't for her. Like, she is, quite honestly, like, the biggest reason why I am here. Because she believed in me when we had nothing. Like, you can't even do it. Like, you can't make that shit up. Like, it's plain and simply, like, she is there for me. She was there for me, and she is there for me when I had nothing. Like, I don't think there's anything else that I even have to say, because she sees me for who I am. Not only who I will become, but who I am, like, internally. And I think I will be eternally grateful for that, because it's such a joy. Like, what a joy to have somebody that you can be yourself around and build a business with, and, like, do the shit you love to do together. And, like, that's so much. Like, that means so much. And I think that, like, Alex Ramosi says this all the time, and it's so true. But, like, you are, like, guys only want a girl to believe in them. Like, at the end of the day, they just want to believe in them. Because, like, most guys don't even believe in themselves. And I think that when a guy learns to believe in themselves and then finds someone that's believing in them even after they believe in themselves and start to question themselves, that's peak life right there. That is peak life. Building this company with her has been so fucking difficult. Like, it's been so rough, but it's been so much fun. Like, in the moment, like, it's definitely difficult because you're you're like, oh, like we have to do this for this client, this for this client, and focus on fulfillment, content, marketing, like sales, revenue, focusing on the bills getting paid this month. Like you're focused on everything and you're doing everything together. And in the moment, it's like fucking all out war. Like that's just the plain old truth. Like there's no, like, whatever somebody else tells you about doing that shit with their partner is like great, this, that, and the third. Like it is great after the work has been done and during the work as well. Like at times, like you get to do things that are really fun. Like we went to this property not too long ago together, and we were filming. She was like she was the creative director helping me. I was the videographer for the client. She was guiding us, and we made this amazing piece of content. And it was just like, it was such an experience being able to work together in a professional setting with your partner, and it's amazing. It's like hands down one of the best things or best experiences, but it's also the most difficult shit when shit is tight and things have to get done and it's like really hard to communicate. But it's like I wouldn't want to have anybody else by my side in those situations, because like there's nobody else that I could like really go to war with like that, you know. And I think that that's like the best thing that you could have in a relationship. And I think it's extremely difficult, but it's also one of the most fulfilling things that you can have in your lifetime. In my lifetime, at least, it's one of the most fulfilling things that I have had in my lifetime. And yeah, I really enjoy it because it's awesome. It's like it's literally one of the best things that I could kind of go through and experience as I get older, for sure. So look, if you think that you have something that you really want to do, like hands down, if this is what I asked Angela, I was like, if you could do anything in the world and money didn't matter at all, like zero, money didn't matter at all, what would you do? And do that. Like, do that. Like, go and experience that. Go and enjoy that. The life that you want to have for yourself. Be selfish in this regard. And if it's one thing that you can take away from this video, it's to make fucking risk. Bold ass risk. Because in a year from now, hopefully, or by the end of the 6 months, like I will be a millionaire, or I want to be. Who fucking knows? And it's okay to have that delusion, because it's like, who are you to tell me otherwise? You know what I mean? And it's like, no hate to you at all. But like, have this delusion for yourself. To be able to get up and move wherever the fuck you want. And to travel the world if you want to, and become a content creator, or to be a makeup artist, or to be a videographer, like whatever the hell it is that you want to do, just go and do it. And don't look back, because when you do something that you genuinely love doing, with no strings attached, then you actually want to become great at it. And then people will pay you for it. But pick it up first and just do it. Just go for it. And that's what I did. And look where I am. I'm in my own fucking apartment. Like, I completely forgot to tell you that, like, I moved out into another apartment. And this one's even better. So, from like, what I can tell you to do is just pick and do something that excites you. Like, it excites you so much you can't stop fucking smiling and thinking about the life that you're gonna have. And when it gets hard, which it will, and boring as fuck, and it doesn't feel like puppy love at the beginning, keep fucking doing it. And then you'll find that it's extremely enjoyable. And you have a hell of a time. But yeah, share it, like it, subscribe, do whatever the heck you want to do. You can follow me on any of the links below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.